All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Rivals on the Pitch podcast. As you can see, we're a man short. Who needs him?
Again.
We got this under control. Yeah. I understand he doesn't want to talk about the Wolves game. I don't blame him. That's fake just media. Like Arsenal. Fake media, yes. But don't worry, your favorites are here. Now we're gonna recap match week 16. And we're going to go into 17. And today's a special episode, not because Pat's not here, because it's a Rivals week. Spurs go against Liverpool. And it's going to, we need those 3 points and bragging rights. Let's see if Pat can make a nice little diss track, for when Liverpool win. So that's it.
I think you're a little delusional still.
Delusional? Oh, my God. I'm not an Arsenal fan. I'm not Pat, so I'm not delusional. I'm more a little realistic.
I know you don't want to hear this, but this could be El Saco. One manager might not survive this.
Yeah, you're a manager.
I don't know. I don't think you're as safe as you think you are.
We're safe.
You're down here with us, too. Don't worry.
What are you talking about down here? We're not.
You get 2 points now. You act like you don't know who you are anymore.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Don't worry. The only good thing is we both lost to Nottingham Forest. That's the thing we have in common.
Hey, why can't we beat them ever? Jesus.
And it would have been better if it was Ange at the helms, but no, you couldn't even get that.
It's the fact that the summer we had with Morgan Gibbs White, it's like they're laughing in our faces, and I hate it. I hate it so much. God, I wanted to like Forest. I like their jerseys. I like
you liked them because they beat Liverpool last season.
Yeah, and now I hate them. I hate every single one of them. I hate.
It's like everyone that you were rumored with. Gibbs White rubs it in your face. Eze rubs it in your face. Who else was you going
exactly?
For?
Yeah. Shoot, I don't even know. But if we go for Semenyo, I don't ever want to play Bournemouth again because he's gonna score like 10 goals on us. Jesus. All right, well, we have an exciting episode today. It might run a little bit longer, but it is a Rivals week, so we'll get into that. A little bit combined 11. It's going to be a tricky one. I think we'll have some good discussions in that conversation. But let's go over match week 16 real quick. We'll power through that a little bit because it's not that exciting. And we all just want to move forward. So,
yeah, of course. Move forward. Next season.
Yeah, for real. I want to go to January 1st and see what's going on because
window close.
Yeah, we need to see what happens in the window. Who knows? Maybe that's a spark we need, or who knows? Maybe we'll be under new management. So let's start with Saturday, December 13th, with Chelsea hosting Everton. Chelsea 2-0.
And the return of Cole Palmer.
Yeah, Cole Palmer. It's a nice goal too. I don't really want to go over the match. I thought Everton could have done a little bit better. I think they were playing pretty well. But once Chelsea scored that second goal, I feel like that's they lost momentum. But
yeah,
there's been it seems like the Chelsea manager is not happy with the lack of support with Chelsea, which is funny because if you look at the table, they're sitting top 4.
Yeah.
But this is kind of like an ongoing issue. Last season, they had it almost feel like people didn't want Chelsea fans weren't the biggest supporters of Maresca, and it's weird because he didn't have a bad season last season. The Conference League.
I think Chelsea are just so used to going for high profile coaches, big names, and they're like, "Who's this guy?" He was the coach of Leicester City, and now he's the head coach. I think they were just expecting a bigger name than him. I think.
But you won the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
You're getting into Champions League. Why are they? Who cares if he's big name or not? Like, it doesn't matter anymore.
They don't got patience. They're so used to winning, being on top with Mourinho,
every single game.
Those type of feelings, and that's what they want to get to. They're not the rebuild type of team. They want things now. They want quick and fast to the top.
Well, when you're spending billions of dollars too, I mean, I'm sure that plays into it. But it's just something to look at. it's almost like they want him out, or he feels like they were saying that a list came out of the most likely managers are going to get sacked. One of them being Thomas Frank, and the other one being, or not sacked, but manager changes. I think Maresca, there's a possibility he might quit. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how big his frustration is with the club, but it's weird.
I
It's
don't
a weird situation
see
over
him
there.
quitting. I don't see him quitting.
Yeah, there's only a few spots to coach in the Premier League, and that's a high profile job, and I wouldn't leave unless they kicked me out, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Especially, look, he's in the top 4 right now. You got
Yeah.
silverware. You're still in the Champions League.
Maybe. What if he's like, Thomas Frank doesn't look like he's going to make it. Maybe I could play for one of the world's biggest clubs and join Tottenham. Maybe.
Oh, wow. And then only lasts a season, and then before he's getting called for
win
his
a
head
trophy and get sacked.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one to look out for. So then we have Liverpool hosting Brighton. Mo Salah making his appearance after those comments were made. It seems like everything is mended. To me, it seems like everything's kind of fake.
Wow.
I don't know. I feel like
that's you, man. You're
all
fake.
the praise that Mo Salah got. I was like, nobody's gonna say anything about how childish he was acting, and now he's coming back. And everybody wants to cheer him on, but hey, that's your boy. So I mean, you can.
That's why I'm repping his jersey right now.
Oh gosh, is that why you were crying?
I'm always crying.
They don't let me talk on the show.
They don't. That's why I'm happy when Pat's not here.
Yeah.
More screen time. More screen time.
Yeah. So give us a rundown of the game. How did it go?
Yeah, well, I'm happy. I mean, right now it's good. I think we have the formation we need. I think we have a solidified starter in Ekatike. I think he's got the nod over Isak. Let Isak, I don't care the price tag.
Yep.
Let him work his way up and, and try to beat Ugo out for it. But Ekatike with the fastest goal to the point, and then, with under a minute, I think it was like 50 seconds in, scoring a goal with a nice assist from Joe Gomez. Speaking of Joe Gomez, it was good to see him back. And that's what I've mentioned. We have a right back. Why play Soboslai there? It was great to have him, but then, just when he's about to get hot, injury strikes him again. And hopefully it's not that big of a deal, but knowing his history, he'll probably be out for quite a while. And that was the moment that everyone's waiting for. I'm not waiting for, but the sub, Mo Salah coming in. And, of course, he gets the applause, the roar. Everyone's chanting his name. Of course, I know fans are probably 50-50, on the club and on him. But it was nice for him to show up and get the support. And, of course, I mean, that shows you that there has been some talks between Slot and Mo Salah, which is why he was in the starting lineup and why he was on the first sub in. But I do have to say that if you're watching the game, Mo Salah did trek back. He was being defensive. He was helping the defense. He was being a little
team player.
Team player. Yeah, he was unselfish. He had chances where he usually would go and shoot by himself, take him on. But he was giving the assist to Wirtz, to Ugo. And that's what I like to see. Of course, it's his last game before he goes to AFCON, but it was a good showing. And of course, since he came on, he was able to get that corner assist to Uwe Katike to make it up 2-0 in the 60th minute. I think it was a good showing. Kunate showed up. Kirkis had an outstanding game. Soboslai, of course, one of the best players of the season for Liverpool. I just think it was a good showing. It looks like we're clicking, and that's good. And that's why you want to go into the next game, which is an important game because it's a rivals game. I mean, for us, but also it's a big name and Spurs. But I just think it was a good showing, a clean sheet. Like I said, defensively we haven't been great. So to get a clean sheet and to get 2 goals from your striker, an assist from Salah, it looks like everything is coming together. But there's still more to see on what happens with Salah when he goes out to AFCON. But at least we have a good look at what our team might look like without Mo Salah for the time being. But
for the time being, or for the near future, who knows?
Yeah, even Arne Slot, he's getting all these questions like in the press conferences, like, So do you see Mo Salah here, again? And he's like, you know the answer. He's like, he signed a 2-year contract. Of course he's going to be here again. He's going
Yeah,
to
until he
keep
starts
playing.
whining again.
I mean, we'll see what happens. Like, I think it all depends on what happens with Egypt. If he's playing well, he's scoring, and if that transitions back into Liverpool, then I think things will be fine. But I think he knows that he made a mistake, that certain things should be kept in the locker room, things should be private, and whenever you have a problem, talk with the coach. The coach will
He didn't
gladly
keep it
explain
private
things.
though.
I know, but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. He's probably learned the lesson, hopefully, because he did talk with Slot. Maybe there'll be more talking when he comes back. But for now, it's a good.
Leverage.
It's
It's
good.
all leverage.
I know. We'll see what it is, but
I don't know. It just
he
rubbed me the
wants to
wrong
be
way.
here. I know it rubbed me the wrong way too, but I mean, I knew they were going to talk, and I give credit. Arnie Slot didn't want to say what was said to him. Keep
Yeah.
it private. That's the right thing to do. He should being the example by it's between me and him. We hash it out. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say what I said to the public like he did. Leave it that way. And as you saw, we won, clean sheet. Mo Salah got his praises. Mo Salah got an assist. Uwe Katiki got 2 goals. Things are looking good so far, and things will look better next week when we beat
All
Spurs. But
right.
we'll
We'll
get
see
to
about.
that. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. So
Yes.
yeah, we'll get it. We'll dedicate some time to that real quick, or
Yeah.
later on. So then we had Burnley hosting Fulham. Fulham taking it with three goals to
3
2.
goals.
We had that run by the center back who just shanked it at the very end. What was his name? Basie. And then we had Arsenal 2, Wolves 1. The crazy thing is, Wolves scored all 3 games.
How do
all 3
Wolves
goals.
score 3 goals and yet lose the game?
I know. And it's funny because you guys are hating on Tottenham for their own goals, but guess what? We're not the only ones.
Oh my!
Arsenal somehow see this game out.
What could have been? What could have been?
The ultimate hate watch game. I didn't watch the whole game. I did turn it on right when Arsenal was leading at the 70th minute. I did watch that towards the end. It looked like they kind of had it secured. I thought, okay, Arsenal's going to score another one. Yeah. But before you know it, Wolves was tying it up.
With a nice header. It was a nice goal.
Yeah, it was a nice goal. Not an own goal. That's crazy.
Real goal. Yeah.
But I wish Pat was here because I wonder is this one to forget, or does this leave a little bit of a sour taste? Because they're I was looking at some of these memes are coming out, or people put up posts saying that the next few games are the games that they drop points in the past seasons.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it a little bit of a nail biter? Are they a little bit scared? Are they on edge? What's going on through these Arsenal fans' heads? Like, are they thinking, okay, here we go again? Or is it just a match that
it must be weird because they are able to beat all these teams comfortably. I mean, not comfortably, but they beat they drew against Man City, but they've been able to win. And Pat's prediction was 3-0 against Wolves, and I think it's understandable because Wolves hasn't been the best team. But
I mean, you always have
Arsenal
your bad games.
but really against Wolves, against a team that has 2 points, which is probably why they must have, like, in a way, underestimated them. I mean, let's be honest. And I understand you don't have your. I think Saliba made. He came back.
Yes, Saliba's
so that's
back.
Somewhat, and of course you got Raya, but this should have been and you're at the Emirates. It should be an easy 3 points.
You have Saliba, Rice, Zubimendi, Gyökeres, Martinelli, Eze, Saka, Timbers, everybody who's the top of the league or the top player in their positions apparently, and you're still struggling against Wolves. Like I said, you can have bad games against any team in the Premier League. It's bound to happen. But it's what's coming afterwards. Is this just a wrinkle in the road or a rocky patch, or is it leading to something bigger? And I wonder what they're thinking, because it's that time of year when people start dropping points, and their leads start getting smaller and smaller. And I wonder if there's a psychological kind of um something there where players were like, "Oh no, here we go again, here we go again, here we go again," and not saying that's what's happening, but it's something to look, to
I mean,
kind of keep an eye out
to
because
to to go on that point, I did see an interview with Giroud. He was actually that was something he was mentioning about. He was saying, last season, Arsenal were favorites to win it, but something always happens. They always hit like a rough patch, and that's what cost them. And it's like, they were talking about like it's mentally for the players. Like it always happens like in February, March, where they just like somewhat
fall apart.
collapse or,
Yeah,
yeah, get draws, lose points that way. And that's sort of maybe this is what's going to happen. Maybe that rough patch is coming earlier than expected because right now they're only 2 points ahead of Man City,
yeah.
uh, 3 points against Villa. And like you said, Arsenal's coming up to this rough stretch of games where they're against teams that they've lost or held points against, and that's a perfect opportunity for these teams, Man City and Villa, to catch up and even pass them, which I'm hoping for. Let's go.
He
But
So if they would have tied, if they would have drawn to Wolves, if Wolves would have been able to keep that 1-1 um
yeah,
equalizer, they would be sitting at 34 points with tied
ooh, City, yeah, with Man City. There you go.
with Man City, but Man City would have actually been first
Because of
with
goal
their
difference.
goal difference, so they would have dropped to
Oh
second
my
place.
god.
And oh man, it would have been great. I don't care. Nottingham
You know
Forest
what?
could have beat
That
us
would have been
10-0, and I would have been like, okay.
them bottling it.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. The bottle narrative, it's always brought up like, oh well, we didn't bottle it as much as Liverpool did, and I agree to a certain extent, right?
Yeah.
But in this case, I think that narrative is gonna be super loud, and I do wonder what effect it's having. I wonder what it's having on the fans, and who knows? It was so close to being such a great weekend. Like I said,
I know.
Forest could have beat us 10-0, and I would have been like, oh, who cares?
Yeah, but guess what?
Because I mean,
Arsenal
at this
lost.
point, yeah. Because at this point, we're so far behind that it's
But I even think Henry even said something about it must be hard for the Arsenal players because they're not used to winning like silverware, so they don't have that mentality of like what needs to be done to achieve that. So I think that's maybe what might be a factor as well in a way. I mean, which is why
can
they
I
always bottle
yeah.
it because they don't, you know, they haven't reached the pedestal, the top of the mountain yet. So they don't know what is needed to get to that point. But I mean, whatever. That's
I
Henry, an Arsenal legend, talking about mentality of the game,
Yeah,
of the
that's true.
players and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
whatever
like
he
he did
says, it's
mention that
basically
when
good.
like with the victory at Austin Villa, he did mention that on the Champions League show.
Yeah,
Um, I do wonder if because I feel like Arsenal and Arsenal fans always think of themselves as like underdogs, and then once you're in that lead, I know Pat always says, "Oh, we want it more. We want it more." Well, then when you're ahead, how how do you use that as motivation, right? Because whenever you always feel like the underdog sometimes has a little bit of an advantage because they have nothing to lose. They got to give it their all.
yeah.
Um, they're fighting for something, and then with Arsenal being in front, I wonder if they don't have that little bit of motivation that they would need. But then you could say like, well, in the last few seasons, coming in second, that should have been motivation to jump into first. So who
Yeah.
knows?
And with the purchases they made this year and the year prior, I mean, that's basically you're like somewhat set for that title run. This is basically like your season, especially how it looked in the after the international break when they were up ahead by what like 8 points or whatever. You thought it was done, and then yeah, injuries
Uh,
happen. But that's why you went to the transfer window. That's why you bought these players for that. That's why you brought in Eze, Inkapie, Mosquera, Zubamendi, and all these things. And now you got what's it called? Odegaard is back. Saka is back. Um, you got Jokeres, or even what Jesus came back as well.
yeah,
So there's like
and
no excuse in a way.
But we say that now.
Yeah.
But like I said, this could just be a little rough patch, and they turn it
Yeah.
up for the rest of the season. So hopefully they don't. And I hate saying that that they're
Exactly.
going to do good because I hope the worst for them. But I don't want to talk too much smack because, like I said, they do seem like favorites to win it. I hate it. Um, I'm probably gonna quit doing this if they win because I don't want to hear anything. So
Oh my God,
let's hope
yes.
for
And you
the
thought I
best.
was bad? Just wait till bad. I wasn't bad. Was I that
Oh,
bad?
I already
I
know
don't
it's
think
gonna
I was.
happen.
I know so.
Our Instagram page is obviously gonna be horrible.
I
I stopped
know.
logging onto the Rivals on the Pitch Instagram because all I see is Arsenal memes and
Never give up. No, no, no. That's the only thing I see.
right.
Oh my God.
So
Whatever.
that's
That's
enough
enough
talk
Arsenal
of
talk.
those guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hope for the worst for them. You know, keep them in your prayers that they lose. Then we have Crystal Palace
Yes.
hosting Manchester City. Manchester City, easy win over Palace. Talks about Oliver Glasner not renewing his contract, so you
Yeah.
might have a new home come next season. We'll see. I'm
Maybe
sure
with
he's being sought
Spurs.
out for some clubs. I don't know. His style of football is a little more on the defensive counterattack type, but I don't know where that would fit. They're saying for Tottenham, but I don't know. I feel like we're kind of just we're it's almost the same
You're still
profile.
on the Trank. You're still on the, Frank the Tank.
Well, since we're on the topic, let's move on to the next game. Forest
Ooh.
3, Tottenham 0. Another embarrassing showing. XG's not where we want it. We're not playing like we want. Like you said, am I still on the Frank train? Uh no, I'm not convinced I haven't seen enough, right? Uh, there's times where you can see, okay, I see where this project is going. We just need a little bit of a push. We kind of saw it with Ange sometimes where you're like, okay, I see what he's doing. I see what he wants to do. Maybe we just got to get the right personnel in, or maybe we just got to give it time to evolve into what we want. But with Frank, we're not seeing that. I'm not seeing it at least. Um, Defensively, we're supposed to be more sound. And maybe you could have had that argument in the beginning of the season, but now we've conceded as many goals more than we had with Ange last season, at this point of the season.
Mm.
Um, Offensively, nothing's there. I think his game plan provides nothing in that midfield. And right now, to compete with the better teams, you need a midfield, and we don't have that our midfield is non-existent. I think we have the players for it, but I think due to player instructions, we're not playing out the middle. We're looking for more of that long passes. I know he did that in Brentford, but you're looking for that one pass into the box to score. Like he's very tactical in like analytics, and it's like, okay, if we can make this A to B pass, C should be open and we can score, and that's like the highest percentage scoring, blah 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 blah. That's
Yeah.
what I feel like they think about. Whereas you should be a little bit more free flowing, let go of the data just a little bit, let them play. He's a strong believer that we shouldn't shoot outside the box because there's low percentage, right? But it's funny that we've been like in this game, Forrest shot out. This guy had plenty of space, shot outside the box, beautiful goal. I don't think anybody was stopping that really. But it's funny because it's like you don't want to play this way, but look how teams are beating us playing this way. Same thing with Aston Villa. They had 2 goals outside the box,
Yeah.
beautiful goals, right? And it's like, okay, are you setting up defensively where you think no one else is going to shoot out the box because you think that the percentage is too low, so we shouldn't even defend players outside the box? It's to me, is he ready for a team like this? I don't know. I feel like he likes being the underdog and playing upwards. That's punching up is like what his specialty is, and we're
But
not
you can't do
that
that with
team.
Spurs.
No,
Yeah.
we're battling to be a top 4, top 3 team, top 6. But we want to aspire. We want to be better than top 6. Top 4 Champions League is what we want, and we're just not seeing it. And the sound thing to do, the reasonable thing to do is give him time, right?
Yeah.
I think the management
You
or
have
the
to.
higher up said that he's getting time.
They have his backing.
Yeah, and I can't be too upset with that because it's true. The reasonable thing is to let Frank give him time, right?
Yeah.
Because if you have a high turnover on managers, you're not going to get anywhere. You're kind of just a spinning in place, hoping to gain traction. So, but if you keep with the same manager, maybe. But he has a bar. He does have goals and expectations he has to hit before the end of the season if he wants to be here next season.
Yeah.
And if it keeps it this way, I don't think give him another season. I think in the summer look for another manager, but um, it sucks. But right now we're in that. You know what? We got to give it time. Everybody relax.
Yeah.
But what hurts me the most is that we're hurting our chances of getting European football next season, and we're hurting our chances in the transfer windows because, like, if we're in the race for Semenyo's going to look at us and be like, "Do I really want to join that team? Look how their performance was against Forest. Like, what am I going to bring to the table to make this team any better? Because it looks like they're hurting on multiple parts of the game, and they might be like, well, it's easier to win the title with Liverpool. It's easier to win the title with City. It's easier to win the title with Arsenal. So to me, like, if you're not showing that progress, players aren't going to be okay. I might be that final piece, like with Mbeumo and Cunha going to Manchester United.
Yeah.
They probably thought, you know what, we're the ones that could make a change, but they have that name that carries. They have the Manchester United name that carries a lot of weight in the transfer window. We don't, and we need to be like, we can't be oblivious to that. We have to know that our name's a little tainted, and it sucks, but it's true, So we need to go into this window or play these games to be more of an attractive team during this window. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm repping my New York Giants jerseys, even though they lost too. But hey, listen,
they're the Spurs of
the NFL. But at least we see progress. We're seeing progress in with the New York Giants. I'm seeing
quarterback.
Yeah, and then I'm just not seeing that. We lost, but we lost. Sunday to the Washington Commanders, but we saw progress, and you can be happy with that. Okay, next season things are going to get better. With the Spurs right now, it's like, how far are we going to fall? So that was my little
Spurs. How do you feel about Vicario? Because it seems like he's been making crucial mistakes that lead to goals. Another one against Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
Bad pass, which shouldn't have even.
Archie Gray was like, you don't pass for the ball.
You don't pass to the middle. You always pass to the wings, but still.
You had Christian Romero was open to the right, and you could have passed it out to him, and he could have made a pass to Archie Gray if he would have made the run. But it's constant. It's his mistakes have been ongoing. Last season, he had a problem being bullied during the corners and direct kicks. But and this season, it's like he's just making these blunders where he's coming out the box, failing to clear the ball, bad passes, and I want to see Kinski be given a little bit of time. But
do you think it might be goalkeeper change?
Not yet. I think a little bit more confidence because he is part of the leadership group. And I think he could be a good leader. I think he's very vocal. But that in this league, once your goalkeeper is dropped, it's hard to get back in. Once a goalkeeper, look at Ramsdale and David Raya. Once Ramsdale was dropped, he became non-existent. And then before him,
look at Man City. Look at Man City with Trafford.
Yeah, it was Trafford. Got dropped.
One mistake, one bad game, and he was completely dropped with the new goalkeeper starting. Certain teams are like, no, we got to fix this. We see this problem now, nip it in the butt, and get something else. But I know it's.
Look at United.
Different. Yeah.
United with
Onana.
With Onana, and then the other guy, I can't remember. And then they put Lemons in, and then Lemons. And he's had the starting job since. So if you get dropped as the keeper in this league, good luck trying to get back, trying to get some starting time. Like, that means your number 2 is really bad to put you back in. But guess what? Come that next transfer window, there's a new goalkeeper coming into that team fighting for that number 1 spot. So I think we should look into it. There was some interest from Inter Milan. Maybe if they have an opportunity to have him move on, and we can replace him with someone who looks like a goalkeeper of the future, then it might be that time. And if Kinski can hold it up until then, or if he becomes an an option, then so be it. I mean, he is a great passer. I want to say great. He needs to be polished a little bit, but he looks like he has the potential to be a great goalkeeper that can play out from the back. Um, so I don't know. It's gonna be a tough one.
And you're still picking them
hard.
to beat Liverpool?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll get there. We'll get there. We're at the half hour mark, so let's we'll fly a little bit through this. Sunderland, Newcastle for our highlight match of the highlight game of the week last week.
Yeah.
I don't even remember who I picked.
We picked a draw. You and I thought it was going to be 2-2, but no one expected an own goal.
Damn, Pat gets a point
by Newcastle. Yeah, Pat.
Don't tell Pat he got points. Let's jip him out of points.
Edit this.
Yeah,
he doesn't care.
So Sunderland with their Tyne-Wear derby. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but they do take
Tyne-Wear.
Tyne. They do take the
3 points.
The win in this derby. You know, the next one will be at St. James Park, so look out for that. West Ham United over Aston Villa. Villa sneaking up there on top of the table. Oh man,
keeping pressure.
Yeah, I think they won like, I forgot. I think they won like 6, 7, 8 out of the last games. It's crazy. Brentford drawing with Leeds. Leeds again with the staying in those late games. And then Manchester United drawing 4-4 with Bournemouth.
Such a good game.
It was a good game. Bournemouth staying in it. Manchester United with Bournemouth with the late equalizer.
Yeah.
Some questionable calls of handballs. I think Bruno Fernandes shouldn't have taken that. I think we were discussing this. We kind of watched this right before we started recording, where we saw the so quote unquote handball. Bruno Fernandes coming out with some comments though. He was saying that the club wanted him to move on to Saudi Arabia, but he wanted to stay. What do you think he's trying to get with this? Because with Mo Salah, it sounded like he made his comments so that he can get back on the starting pitch or get on the starting 11, get out on the pitch. What do you think Bruno Fernandes is trying to get with these comments that he's making?
I don't know. It's sort of weird. I mean, didn't he learn anything from the Mo Salah thing? You don't say stuff like that. I think he's trying to maybe try to win the fans a little bit over or something. But we'll see. It's just weird with Bruno. It's hard to understand him because I'm not a big fan of his in general. I think he could do so much better as a captain, but to say comments like that the club is the one that wanted you out, they might want you out for a reason. If I mean, yeah, you could probably get a higher what's it called? A higher amount for selling Bruno than the other players, and maybe they can get someone they actually want in.
While he still has value, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. But yeah, he's your captain and stuff like that. But I just Ruben Amorim sees something in him, maybe because they're both Portuguese, but someone who has his side. But at the end of the day, he's still at the club and he's producing. He made that wonderful free kick goal. He's your star player, and look at where Manchester United are at the moment. You got to give credit, and that falls on Ruben Amorim and Bruno Fernandes. So, I don't know what Bruno was trying to get with those comments, but I just said, man, you weren't paying attention to the Mo Salah thing? Watch and learn, bro. Watch and learn.
Sorry, my mic keeps messing up.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just not going to touch it.
I'm because I keep talking about Manchester United. I don't want to talk about them, bro.
Maybe that's why my bad juju keeps messing with my mic. But it was a good game. Semenyo, there's interest from United for Semenyo. I wonder how he'll fit on that team. Yeah. But yeah, it's weird. I don't know what he was trying to accomplish with those comments. Maybe it's to secure his future at United. Maybe it's like, hey,
do you want to secure your future at United? It's not the place to be at the moment.
But it's
right now
United, I'm
they're.
telling you. Yeah, he's probably
United.
thinking, okay, a few more years of this, and we're gonna get where we need to get. So, but who knows? We'll see. We'll see. The club hasn't commented back, so who knows what's going on behind the scenes.
Maybe they sell on this January window just for that.
Hitman Salah, both for sale.
No, Salah's staying. Don't worry about it.
So, what should we move on to next? Oh, speaking of Mo Salah, the African League is coming up. AFCON. Yeah. So we have a few players that'll be missing starting this week. I think none from Tottenham, Mbeumo.
None from Arsenal as well. Lucky them.
Yeah, you're right. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out for these next few matches until these players start coming back. Maybe some players.
Hopefully they come back healthy. Hopefully
that's true.
They didn't pick up an injury, so that's something to watch as well. That's where it comes. That's where it's good to have depth in certain positions, just in case that's something you have to think about.
Exactly.
Which is like why I said Liverpool are playing with different formations and different players because Salah's not going to be in the there. So it's good to try new things, and hopefully it works out until the month's over.
It could be longer than a month, depending on how far you get in the tournament.
Yeah.
So here we go. Rivals week. The match week highlight game of the week is going to be Tottenham hosting Liverpool since it is a rivals week. So we will get down and dirty and do a combined 11. It's like water and oil. We do not mix. So, might as well just pick Tottenham starting 11 and just end the show early. What do you think?
If we do that, then it's easy 3 points for me.
Oh, okay.
Because you guys don't play well at home.
That's true. We are both away. Somehow we are both away in this match. Tough crowd, huh? Tough crowd to play against. We know. Should we go over the match week 17 or should we just do our combined 11 and then end with predictions?
Let's do our combined 11 and then we can just,
all right. So
rush through everything else.
Normally the third member would be the deciding factor if we have opposing opinions. We do not agree on a position, but we do not have a third, so we will battle it out until we have come to a conclusion. So I'm gonna be very
we got Call of Duty.
stubborn.
We got Call of Duty on real quick, just in case. We're in the gulag.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. But yeah, let's do a 3-4 4-3-3.
4-3-3.
4-3-3 formation. We'll start with the goalkeeper, the back four, midfield, and the forwards. How's that sound?
Yeah, let's do it. Work from the bottom up.
All right. Let's start with goalkeeper.
Easy. I'll let you go first because I want to hear you say it.
All right, so I know Vicario's had some blunders. Now, even though he did miss a big part of the season, I think Alisson, I think he makes a difference once he comes on the pitch. So I guess we'll go with Alisson. Vicario is I would have gone with Vicario. He's a great shot stopper, but the mistakes are just
exactly, which is why I picked Alisson. It's those mistakes, man. And they've been consistent mistakes.
And it's not like, okay, you cost us, a loss in possession. No, they're scoring off these mistakes, and that's clean sheets that we don't have. That's 3 points that we're not taking. In some cases, that's that 1 point we're missing. So, Vicario right now, I don't think it might be too soon to move on from him, but for this combined 11, let's go Alisson.
No, I like it.
Now
I'll get you a jersey.
Nah, because we're about to get real. I'm real confident on these next two. Let's do our center back.
That's it, just those two.
Our center back pairing.
Yeah, that's it. We can do center backs.
Okay,
we can do it. Well, I'll go first then because I let you go first. Okay. I got Virgil van Dijk and the other Van de Ven. There you go.
Van de Ven.
I got to give credit where it's due. He's got the the nod over your supposed best, one of the best top 5 center backs in the league, but that's how I go Van de Ven and with Virgil van Dijk.
I'm going Romero and Van der Ven. I think Van Dijk, sure, he has a better, history of being a better defender over Romero, but I think right now the amount of clean sheets, the amount of games you guys have lost due to their mistakes, Van Dijk's mistakes.
That's why he's not Konate's in there, because he's the one who makes
you might
most
as well
of the mistakes.
throw in Virgil van Dijk, because you guys have more goals against you than Tottenham does. So
yeah, but still, I think Virgil, his leadership is top notch compared to Romero.
Romero just did a chilenita to draw with Newcastle.
You call that a chilenita?
Hey, it went in. But honestly, Virgil's not what he's. I think
I know he's not.
You're in
denial.
Days
where he's. There's games
seasons.
where he's too much twerking.
It's been this whole season.
There's
exactly. He's being beat too many times.
But then again, when you have a clean sheet against Real Madrid, Inter Milan,
we're talking about
Arsenal,
Premier League.
Yeah, but he has good He has good days and bad days. He hasn't been the best this season, but I think he's been slightly better than Romero.
No,
at least we can agree on Van de Ven.
No, this is gonna be tough. I don't know how we're gonna get this.
That is true.
Should we text Patricio?
No, fuck that. We don't want to mention him at all today.
All right, then let's go Romero.
We mentioned him enough. No, Virgil. I mean, we can look at stat. I mean, whatever. It is different. Well, fuck it, man. It's hard.
It's hard.
I don't see enough in Romero because I think he's more of a liability.
I don't see anything out of Virgil van Dijk.
But if you look at the place on the table where we've got
tackles won, we got more tackles won. I mean,
we're talking about where, or we're talking about individual.
I'm about to pull it up right now. I'm saying I think Van Dijk's history is probably playing a part in it, but I think we also have to look at what he's doing this season, and I
know his season hasn't been as well, but he's still, I would take him over Romero. Romero, like you said, you're supposed to be more defensively sound, and yet you're not, which is why you're lower in the game.
You have more goals against. They're scoring more goals against you guys.
And yet we're still Virgil van Dijk is able to score goals. He's at least somewhat.
So has Romero. He just scored 2 goals.
Consistent. He's the most. He's more consistent than Konate.
Yeah, that's Konate. Yeah, but not against Romero.
That's why I didn't even.
Everybody's more consistent than Konate.
I know. That's why he's not even mentioned.
I think we're gonna have to go to a third party on this.
Oh, third party. Who are you gonna do? Santi.
All right. Let's see.
You know what? Right. I'll be fair. I'll give you Romero, because after that, it's going to be all Liverpool. Let you have your only 2 players in the.
We'll see. Let's see. All right.
All right. Virgil van Dijk has recovered possession 69 times in this defensive third compared to Romero's 58. Christian Romero has recorded 228 successful passes from the central area versus Virgil van Dijk's 412. Virgil van Dijk has 150 offensive actions from central position, while Romero has 102.
That's no, because look, goals, progressive carries is Romero, pass accuracy is Romero. I mean, by just a little bit. But
by a little bit, okay.
And then goals and assists, I think Romero takes it, at least this season.
I'll let you have it, because at the end of the day, we're going to win. And then you'll see Romero's. Will Romero even play?
All right, we'll see. Well, like I said, at the end of this game, who knows? This is the combined 11 before the match, and afterwards, maybe we should start doing a post game combined 11. So now we have our left back.
Left back. Who's your left back?
So with the backs, I'll just do my both my left back and my right back. I'm having
right.
Spence and Pedro Porro. I think those two make it.
I think I got Porro because our right backs haven't panned out and we're consistently switching. I would put Dominic Soboslai, but I'd rather have him up front. I think he's So I'd go with Porro, but I don't know.
Come on.
Kirk has just started finally playing better. He's been inconsistent, but then
he hasn't. What game's time?
What?
Listen, your team is coming up in the midfield and in the forwards. I think
I know.
Our back
okay,
three
I'll give
right
you
now.
that. I'll give you that because Kirkus isn't the same as the Bournemouth Kirkus. I'll give you that.
No, if it was, then okay, yeah.
I know. Like I said, he just started performing a little bit of what I've seen, but so far he hasn't been consistent. And yeah, right backs we don't even have a right back. They're out. We're Soboslai's our better right back. But yeah, I'll give you that. Porro. There you go. You have your
look at us. Woo, we made it on the table.
Yeah, now we know we're gonna concede a lot of goals with that.
Defensive mid. This one was a hard one for me.
Why?
You go. You go ahead. You take
Gravenberch.
All right, we'll do Gravenberch. I did have the same argument with Paulinho, but since that Arsenal game, he has been dropped. I think he has a very particular style of play that we just don't need right now. There's a reason why Bayern might not have played him as much. I think he's a great tackler of the ball and he can recycle the ball, but yeah, we'll give it okay. Let's do that. And then your number 8.
You go, because I already went. Give me something.
Where are you putting Soboslai? As your 10 or as your 8? As your attacking or as your box to box?
He's my box to box.
So your number 8?
Box to box.
All right. So we'll do that. Soboslai.
There you go. The best player.
And then your number 10.
Number 10. I don't know. Man.
I have 2 names. Well, obviously 2 names.
All right, then go with the 2 names.
The only 10 I have really right now.
Xavi. Oh no.
Xavi. Kudos does play the 10. Oh no, he doesn't really play the 10. He can, but he hasn't really. I do have Xavi Simmons in the middle. Who do you have your 10? McAllister?
Nah, he hasn't been that good. I think I went with Curtis Jones.
Curtis Jones.
Yeah. So far he's been the best player. I mean, he just started. Whenever he gets into the team, he makes an impact. Yeah. He's been creative. I think he's much better in that position than Florian Wirtz at the moment. Maka hasn't been his best. And when Curtis has been put in, he's just looked far much superior than McAllister at the moment.
How many more games? How many games has?
Because I mean, Xavi hasn't.
Hasn't what?
What? What? I mean, Xavi hasn't done much this whole season. He just started, what, the 2 games ago, and that was it. He was able.
How many goals and assists does?
He hasn't had. Curtis Jones hasn't had because he's been on the bench most of the time.
Oh, he's been on the bench.
Yeah. Because when you got Florian Wirtz and Maka, but they haven't been doing well, so you got Curtis Jones, and once he's been in the starting lineup, he's actually been one of the better players of the season, of the team in these games.
All right, I'll give you Curtis Jones. I just think Xavi, it's just hard to, like I said, our midfield, it's very difficult with the way we're playing.
Yeah.
With Thomas.
I mean, if Xavi was doing if I've seen a little more from Xavi, I would probably go with him.
I will say, I do think
been consistent at the moment. He's just had 2 good games, and that was it.
Yeah, he will. I think he will bounce back. Maybe he might take a new manager, but I think Javi will be one of the top players in the league. Maybe not this year. Maybe he'll start coming out next year. But I mean, he's only 22, 23, so he's got time.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. With your right winger.
Right winger, Mo Salah. Not just kidding. I omitted him because he hasn't been.
He's crying.
That well.
He's gonna come out with an interview like, Randy doesn't want me on the team anymore, and I can't believe he did this.
That's why I'm repping his jersey. But I put in kudos.
Yeah, Mohamed Kudos.
Yeah, I think him. Yeah.
Who do you have on the right? I mean, on the left then.
Then I went with Florian Wirtz because he does tend to play on that, and we've been playing him on the left these past games, and it's actually seems like it's. But he plays on the left, but he's like free roaming. He doesn't just stay there, so he's open to.
All right. All right.
Because who do you got? Nobody.
No, exactly. Yeah, we've been switching. We've been experimenting that position, and that's why it's hard. And the same thing with the.
I mean, or I can go with Gakpo, but I mean,
that's why I was asking if he was injured. He's injured, isn't he? Or is he?
Yeah, but he's injured at the moment. Yeah, which is why I think.
Yeah, so we only do available
showing as well.
Available because that Gakpo was the one I was gonna say, but all right, we'll do Kudus on the right, Wirtz on the left. And then, obviously, for the forward, we got to go Richarlison.
Really? Richarlison? Good.
Why not?
Ekitike all day.
Ekitike?
Ekitike. Yeah. Ekitike.
How many goals does he have this season?
I'm not going to say. I think he has 10 goals.
You go Ekitike.
I think he just offers a little more than Richarlison.
What do you mean?
Richarlison
He's more of an aerial threat.
Hugo?
Yeah.
He does it all. You weren't watching the game against Brian.
Richarlison has 6 goals. Hugo has 7. Richarlison has 3 assists compared to Hugo's Ekitike's 1. So the goal contribution is 9 to 8. I don't know.
Yeah,
as
but
a
then
striker,
again, what is your striker is supposed to score goals? There you go.
Yeah, he contributes.
And that's what he's doing. He has one.
All right, we'll go Ekitike.
Easy, of course. You come to your sense.
You know, it's funny though.
Richarlison fan,
but if you tell me Richarlison or Isaac, hey, I'm sorry, but Richarlison.
No, that's why I didn't even fucking. Yeah, of course. Isaac isn't. He's not even admitted. He's not even on my list.
Liverpool.
Ekitike's got the 9.
Liverpool could have saved themselves so much money by with putting their faith in Ekitike. You know. Young,
you could have got the defenders.
And you could have gotten 2 defenders, one to replace Konate now, and one to be a predecessor to Virgil van Dijk. But
that's why we got Leone, but he got injured, which sucks. But
okay.
Yeah, we could have gotten Gay, and then we couldn't have gotten someone else.
Yep.
But it is what it is. But I mean,
whatever.
Right now, we'll hope for. He's injured.
He's injured. Okay.
Yeah.
I
think Bradley picked up a knock too as well, which is why we're playing Gomez, but we'll see what happens now. And now Gomez is injured too. Right backs is going to be real fun. Dominic Soboslai right back next time in
all right, then we can't 11. We need a new number 8. All right, Archie Gray, you're their new number 8 because Soboslai is playing out of position.
After that after the mistake he did in that goal.
Hey, that was Ricardo.
Hey, was it that hard?
All right. All right. So let's round this off. Pat did tell us not to be too kumbaya.
What does Pat know?
Yeah, go beat Wolves. Barely beat. Go score against Wolves. So
yeah, go score a goal.
We'll summarize it real quick. We have Allison at goalkeeper. We have from right to left, Pedro Paro, Romero, Van de Ven, Spence. Spurs holding up that defensive line. Then in the midfield we have
back there.
Midfield we have Gravenberg, Szoboszlai, and Curtis Jones. I don't know how he snuck in there, but hey, we'll let him stay. Then we have Kudos, Verts, and then finishing up with the forward with the striker Ekitike. So I think that team would win pretty good, would win some matches.
Yeah,
I don't agree with all of them, but hey, I'll let you have some fun this season with all that losing.
I'm gonna have fun when we play. I'll be surprised if you show up on Tuesday.
So that brings us. Right. That brings us up. Hey, we might all be missing. Who knows? It might be a one-man show next week because Pat might not make it again. So let's get into the. Should we get into our predictions or should we hold that for the last?
Let's hold it at the end. Oh, speaking of that,
let's do some quick fire.
Pat never gave us his predictions
because he wants us to give his predictions for him. Like
we'll do it for him. In that case, that's the new rule. We make it up. We'll just let's make sure he gets no points.
He just wants us to do all the work, just like Wolves did all the work for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Shame. All right, match week 17.
Spend all that money on Gyökeres when you got 2 own goals to go for you.
Right, when you can just when you can just rely on the other teams to score for you.
Yeah, there you go.
I think it's time to start admitting that Gyökeres might not be the player they thought they were signing, but they're not going to admit that. They're not going to admit it.
I've said it. He failed in England. He was with, I think, Brighton. He even in the Championship.
And Coventry City.
He couldn't hack it. When you go to Portugal and then you score most of your goals against the bottom of the table teams, of course you're going to look nice. Now it's showing. I was right.
That's the same thing I said about Solanke, work rate. And I was like, well, work rate, you need to score goals anyways. But now it's like, well, Gyökeres has all this work rate and he opens up he allows the other players.
Yeah, and then he makes fun of Darwin Nunez when he does the exact same thing. But yeah, he misses goals. But he at least looks better than Gyökeres at the moment. But still, it was his work rate.
We'll have to look back at this at the end of the season and look at these transfers.
Compare first season and all that stuff. But there you go. Gyökeres, keep it up. Keep up the good work, Gyökeres. I have faith in you.
All right, real quick.
You're going to help them bottle it.
Yeah, right. Woo. Match week 17, we have Newcastle hosting Chelsea. That might be a good match. Chelsea heading over to St. James Park. Always a tough place to play. But Newcastle is not the Newcastle of the old or of last season, so that might be a good one to watch. Maybe Maresca will flip out because he's not getting supported enough and quit. And then you have Bournemouth hosting. Real quick, what's your prediction?
I think it's a draw.
Draw? Okay.
I think it's a draw.
And then we have Bournemouth hosting Burnley. Burnley trying to fight to stay in the league, but it looks like they might not.
Good luck.
I'd say Bournemouth takes this one.
Bournemouth, yep. All day.
Brighton hosting Sunderland. Sunderland probably keeps it on the high. Brighton, an easy team to beat.
Wow.
So I think Sunderland will take this one.
I think so,
and keep their good campaign going. Manchester City hosting West Ham United, another team fighting to stay in the league. I think United is
good luck.
West Ham is sitting right there in 18th. So if Leeds keeps winning, they're going down. Drawing. That means
that helps.
You got Somerville. What does he play on the left or the right, or where does he play?
I think he plays on the left.
Somerville will be a good pickup for a team. He might be a little bit injury prone.
Jared Bowen right there as well.
Jared Bowen. Unfortunately, I'm not a big fan of Areola, the goalkeeper. So I think if he does go down, he's very mistake prone. So he might not find himself.
Even Wan-Bissaka, I think he might get picked up again. I mean, he's somewhat.
That's true. Yeah.
But we'll see. Who else is on there? Yeah, but.
They might fall. I could see them falling deep into with the financial issues that they're having and the
such a big stadium and then to go and to play in championship. That's not looking good.
Then we have the woeful Wolves hosting Brentford. Unfortunately, I think Brentford will take this again. And then Everton hosting Arsenal. That might be a good one. Is
think
it
they drop
the
points.
beginning of
Draw.
the end?
It is.
Draw?
It's been draw. They got Pickford.
Draw.
Hopefully, he has an outstanding game this day.
Jack
And
Grealish.
hopefully they don't score. And hopefully they don't score own goals because in that case,
Pickford, clean sheet. I think Everton might have what it takes to take this one. The beginning of the end.
No,
hopefully,
good. Man City leapfrog them. Yes, everything's crossed.
Leeds United hosting a Crystal Palace who Mark Gay is no. I think Mark Gay has.
What?
No, he's not.
He's injured. Oh,
no, never mind. Scratch that.
Oh. Crystal Palace. No, you know what? Draw. Keep it a draw.
Another draw for Leeds.
Leeds finds a way. They're at home. I think they'll be able to draw.
You have Dominic. What's his name?
Lewis.
Yeah, he scored in 4 matches in a row. I think that's the longest streak with someone. He has he's sharing that streak with someone right now. Good to see him score. I feel like he was a forgotten player. And then we have this is a good match. On Sunday we have Aston Villa hosting Manchester United.
That's what I'm saying. Could have been a highlight game of the week.
No, we have the rivals match.
But
we have the Sakiko
for one coach.
No, for both. Villa, I think Villa takes this.
Villa, they'll keep going, man. They're on
and then we have Fulham hosting Forest. I hope Fulham just beat the brakes off of Forest.
But they're so inconsistent. But let's go Fulham.
They really are. All right. That leaves us. Right, so he hasn't responded. Well, I guess we'll have to. He
hasn't responded at all. We'll do it for him.
He pretends he's so busy.
Wow. Oh my God. He's old, so he's probably napping right now.
Yeah, he's probably napping.
Yeah, so.
Pat, I probably forgot what day it was.
We're going to get you a lot of points in the mini league. You can count on us.
So for the highlight game of the week, we have Tottenham Hotspur hosting the
Your worst
Liverpool.
Nightmare.
Yeah, okay. Both teams not doing great this season. Both teams have had manager rumors, talks, whatever you want to call it. Their managers have been on the hot seat. Is this a game where one of them loses their job? I don't know. It could depend on the performance. But I think this is going to be a good match to watch, hopefully.
If your team's winning.
It might be a tough watch for one of these teams, and I'm not very optimistic about this.
There you go.
Match.
And wait till you hear his prediction. Then we'll see.
So
not optimistic, but let's hear the prediction.
So what do you think? Let's not talk about the outcome real quick. What do you think the repercussions could be for the losing team in this match, if any?
Honestly, I think, to be fair, I think there's more pressure on Frank. I know than anyone else, because all they do is keep comparing Frank to Ange's season last season. You've spoken that you're not pleased. Fans are not pleased. Your home record is, atrocious. It's horrible.
Easy. Sheesh.
There you go. But I think the coaches are safe for the time being.
Yeah, I think
it's too soon to fire him, but questions will be asked.
Yes,
depending on how badly the Spurs perform.
What about you guys?
No, we're winning. We're winning.
Yeah, okay. I think if Liverpool loses, I think that might put a little bit of heat under Arne Slot's. He might be a little bit in the hot seat. Not enough to cause him to lose his job, but it might be like, okay, well, we had everything going right for us when we played Brighton. Why did we lose to Tottenham, And if Tottenham lose, I think it depends on the fashion that we lose. If we still look like we can't put together a few passes and become a threat, offensively, then that's going to raise a lot of questions on like, okay, what do we need to do to make this team play the way we want to play, more offensively, progressive, attacking more. So we'll see. I do think, like you said, I think some of both teams managers are safe for now, but there's going to be a lot of chatter on whoever loses it. And if it's a draw, you might not hear, another team might take the spotlight.
But it depends on the matter of the draw as well. If it's like a boring game or something, but I mean, we'll see what happens on the game day, but it's just one team has to win, and the losing team is going to be in trouble. I mean, yeah, their coaches are safe for the moment, but there will be questions asked.
Like, there's going to be a lot of chatter, a lot of questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
With that being said, Randy, what is your prediction and why is Tottenham winning?
Ooh. Tottenham is winning the new coach hire because they're going to get a new coach sooner than later.
Leading the race into the new manager.
Yes, that's what they're doing. You know what? I'm going to go 2-0.
2-0. Dang. Who do you have as
Liverpool?
You don't even. You're
TK, bruv.
You're combined 11. You don't even have any defenders making it. So.
Okay, then.
How are you keeping a clean sheet?
Don't worry. We have Alisson.
Richarlison. I told you Richarlison should be up in that combined 11. And
okay, in that case, I'll do it 2-1 because once Richarlison scores a goal, he's going to take off his shirt, and then we're going to Diego Jota it and score the game winner in the last minute, like we've done prior. And there you go.
All right.
2-0 Liverpool.
2-0. Okay.
2-0 Liverpool.
Okay. I wanted to go with a draw. But now I'm feeling a little cocky.
I thought you were saying.
Now I'm feeling a little.
You don't want to say they're going to lose.
Optimistic.
You never want to go.
I'm going to go do some brujeria and make sure we win this. Go and do a.
I'm going to get some chicken hearts and,
put it in my closet and do a little voodoo. Get those little dolls and put pins in it. I wanted to go 2-2 draw. But we have to win this game. We have to win this game.
That's what I'm saying. There has to be a win. There can't be a draw.
We're not playing midweek, so that's kind of helps. I mean, both teams don't play midweek, right? You guys know?
No, we haven't. I don't think so.
I really thought I was going to go with a draw. Part of me wants to be
wishful
optimistic.
How's that gone for you?
We're gonna do. I'll do 2-2, and you know what? And I hope they make me look like a liar, and I hope they win this. So,
they win. Pat's prediction.
Pat's prediction. Unfortunately, we don't have it. I think he took a nap. That's what happens when you're 55. So we'll just end up posting it on Instagram. So you make sure you check out our Instagram page. Make sure you check out the mini league predictions. Our scores are up there, so you can track them.
Yeah.
So, all right, what else do we have? I think that's it.
Yeah, Everton and Arsenal. We'll get it from Pat later.
Oh yeah.
We're professionals, so we're here.
Exactly.
But, some people
through thick and thin.
Yes, when our team loses, we don't call sick. I got the black lung, Paul.
I disappear.
But yep. Well, there you go.
But I think that's an episode. What do you think? Is there anything we're missing? No, right?
No, I think we've nailed everything. We'll get everything from Pat eventually, but
yeah, we are moving into the last few weeks of December, so make sure keep an eye out on those transfer rumors. I think we should get into that here shortly as we move into the holidays and bring in the 2026, the new year. There should be a lot of transfer news coming out. To me personally, transfer season is one of the best parts of the game. Now, I don't know if it's because I'm old, but just following all the rumors, following all the leads and doing like that, it's actually very exciting. It is January, so I don't expect much to happen on all fronts of all, on some of these teams, but it is exciting. So make sure,
especially if you're in crisis mode and we need a defender. So I think that's what we're going to be looking at this January, but
Yeah, so we should. I think we should get into that next episode. So join us in that next episode. And I think with that, let's end this episode. So thank you for joining us on this episode of Rivals on the Pitch, Rivals Week. Make sure you tune in and watch Tottenham spank Liverpool, so that we can all talk about it together next episode and talk about how this combined 11 is all fake news. Make sure you check out our Instagram, YouTube, Apple Podcast, TikTok. Like it, subscribe, share it. Rivals on the Pitch. Yeah, tell your friends about us.
That's it.
Let's grow
hopefully
this.
they're not Arsenal fans.
Yeah, if they're Arsenal fans, let them go. And if you have any questions, anything, topics you guys want to discuss, please let us know, and we'll try to touch on those. So, come on, you Spurs! Go! See ya.
And getting a new coach. See you later.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye.